From eerie, unexplained figures accidentally caught on camera, to chilling hospital CCTV capturing what looks like an angel comforting a patient in her final moments, and even rare, fascinating footage that many believe proves Bigfoot's existence. These are some of the most unsettling moments ever captured on camera. Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single one. A video uploaded on the popular cryptid research channel Cryptid University went viral recently, and when I watched it myself, I immediately understood the chilling reason behind its explosive popularity. The footage reportedly comes from an unknown hiker who stumbled across what, at first glance, looked like a family of apes casually crossing a field near the edge of the woods. But when he looked closer, he was shaken to his very core. These weren't just apes. Their movements were disturbingly human-like. They walked upright with straighter posture than any ape ever could, and they seemed to move together in what appeared to be a family unit, with juveniles, younger ones, and even older figures all present in the group. Most viewers who have already seen this video believe it shows a Sasquatch family on the move, and that would make sense, since many researchers claim Sasquatch migrate in family groups for protection. But not everyone is convinced. Some skeptics argue this could be nothing more than AI trickery, pointing out that the creature's feet appear to blur and mix into the background. Still, others counter that AI usually works best with high-quality imagery, while this footage is grainy, raw, and far from polished, making the AI theory less convincing. So what do you think? Did this hiker accidentally capture a genuine Sasquatch family migration, or is this just another clever internet hoax? On May 2nd, 2008, a group of friends set out to test a chilling rumor about the legendary Myakka skunk ape. They prepared a strange bait, a foul mixture of apples and rotten meat, hoping the creature's curiosity would draw it out. But what happened next left them shaken. Almost immediately after setting the bait, they heard wood-knocking sounds echoing through the forest, followed by a small rock being hurled in their direction. That's when they decided to start recording and captured this eerie footage. What's most terrifying here is the sheer size of the figure. Judging by its proportions against the trees, it looked somewhere between 9 to 11 feet tall, and that's while hunched over. Its appearance matched perfectly with countless online descriptions of the skunk ape, a large, hairy, human-like creature said to haunt the swamps and forests of the southeastern United States. Now, most accounts describe skunk apes as standing 6 to 7 feet tall, but this was something far more massive, something that didn't just fit the legend, but towered over it. And this isn't the first time the skunk ape has supposedly been caught on camera. Back in December of 2000, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office received an anonymous envelope containing 2 disturbing Polaroid photos and a handwritten letter. The writer, a frightened woman who refused to give her name, claimed a large ape had been prowling her backyard near Myakka, Florida. She described it stealing fruit from her apple trees, growling menacingly when she tried to scare it off. It's chilling to think about. For years, science has dismissed these creatures as nothing more than folklore and tall tales. But if the evidence keeps piling up, what if the stories were never just stories at all? I was scrolling through TikTok when I stumbled across a video that, at first, seemed like just another casual clip of a forest adventure. But then, I noticed something deeply unsettling. This video, uploaded by a pair of Japanese students during their exploration of an abandoned forest site, revealed something horrifying upon closer review. According to the uploader, it was supposed to be just the two of them out there. The area was abandoned, isolated, and miles away from the city, meaning there shouldn't have been anyone else around. Yet, in the footage, a creepy, masked figure in a black robe appears, silently watching them. Now, maybe it was just a human playing some twisted prank, but if that's the case, it's still terrifying, because it begs the question, what kind of person lurks in an abandoned palace, hiding in the shadows, stalking students in the dead of night? This video continues to haunt the internet, with no explanation ever given. Even more chilling, there's been no update about the students themselves, adding an extra layer of mystery to an already bone-chilling encounter. We've all heard the saying, "The forest breathes," but have you ever heard the forest screams? This chilling video, originally uploaded on Reddit and later reposted to TikTok, went viral for capturing what many are now calling the screaming forest. The footage reportedly comes from eastern Canada, where a lone hiker stumbled across something he'll likely never forget. The sounds echoing through the trees were absolutely nightmarish, like a chorus of tortured howls straight out of hell itself. It didn't sound like just one creature. It was as if multiple voices were crying out at once, blending into something inhuman and bone-chilling. Skeptics suggest it could have been wolves or mountain lions, since both are known to produce eerie vocalizations. But these screams were far deeper, more resonant, reverberating through the forest in a way no natural predator should. And if you're thinking it might have been people, think again. The highs were too piercing, the lows too guttural for any human throat to produce. So that leaves the terrifying question, what on earth, or beyond it, makes a sound like this? If you've ever heard something similar, let us know in the comments, because this mystery is still wide open. This woman was visiting her brother's apartment, a place he swore was haunted. She never believed him until this happened. While casually recording her brother sleeping with his cup in hand, she accidentally captured something she never expected. Did you catch that? As she starts filming, the camera picks up a shadowy figure peeking from the front door. Within seconds, it vanishes, gone the moment she pans the camera back. It only appears for an instant, but it's clear something was standing there. According to the woman, only she and her brother were in the apartment at the time. No visitors, no one else around, which makes the figure's sudden appearance even more disturbing. She now believes her brother may have been right all along, that the apartment truly is haunted. But looking at the footage, It's hard to say for sure. Was it a ghostly presence? Or could it have been an intruder silently watching them? Either way, the fact remains. Something was there, and it was terrifying. This man was exploring caves and waterfalls in Michigan, hoping to capture the natural beauty of the area. But instead of just scenery, he may have filmed something mind-blowing. While recording near the caves, his camera accidentally picked up a strange figure deep in the woods, a creature seemingly preoccupied with its own activity. At the time, the hiker didn't notice anything unusual, but later, while reviewing the footage, he spotted it near a tree. Its form is clearly visible, a body covered in thick dark hair, and on closer inspection, you can even make out its face, with what looks like a head of hair shaped almost like a mohawk and a pronounced sagittal crest. This clip was later analyzed by the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization, who strongly believe it shows a Bigfoot caught in its natural environment, going about daily life. Of course, skeptics were quick to respond. Some argue it could just be a black bear climbing a branch, while others claim it's nothing more than the dark roots of a fallen tree playing tricks on the eyes. Still, if the Rocky Mountain organization took the time to examine this footage and reach their conclusion, it makes you wonder, could this be one of the clearest accidental captures of Bigfoot to date? These next security camera clips reveal the creepy things that happen when everyone leaves the office. This footage, uploaded to TikTok, was captured by 2 different surveillance cameras inside an empty building late at night, and what the cameras recorded is seriously unsettling. In the first camera, a strange figure can be seen drifting down the hallway, almost as if it were floating, draped in something white. Then, on the second camera, a pale shadow suddenly appears in the window, almost watching from behind the glass. It really does look as though this office might be haunted, with the entity revealing itself only when the building is empty. But this time, the CCTV accidentally caught it. I don't know about you, but after seeing this, I don't think I could ever work there again. Maybe it's time for a new job. Deep in the wilderness near Warm Lake, Idaho, a landowner and his hunting partner stumbled into an encounter they would never forget. While taking a break, they suddenly heard unsettling screams echoing across the ridge ahead. At first, they assumed it was a deer in distress, but when they raised their binoculars to scan the area, what they saw made their blood run cold. Through the trees, a massive towering figure emerged. The landowner, with nothing but a cell phone sporting a cracked lens, managed to snap a blurry photo just before the creature vanished over the ridge. Both men later swore the figure wasn't just Bigfoot. It was Bigfoot carrying a deer carcass over its shoulders and possibly dragging another one behind. The sheer strength and size of what they saw left them shaken to their core. And here's the terrifying part. If this account is true, it means Bigfoot isn't just a reclusive forest dweller. It's a predator. A creature strong enough to hoist a full-grown deer like it's nothing. Now imagine stumbling across something like that alone in the forest. You wouldn't stand a chance. There's always a certain thrill when driving through long, echoing highway tunnels. But for this driver, that thrill turned into something far stranger. This video, uploaded to TikTok, comes from a car's dash camera. Everything seemed normal as the driver cruised through a brightly lit tunnel until this happened. The car appears to pass straight through a ghostly figure, its head and body faintly visible right in front of the vehicle. Some might dismiss it as just smoke, but smoke doesn't usually hold such a distinct human-like form, or linger perfectly still until a car passes through it. Others suggest it could have been a glare from oncoming headlights, especially as the vehicle exited the tunnel. Still, the shape and timing make the explanation hard to swallow. One moment the tunnel is completely normal, and the next, this misty, human-shaped figure flickers across the dash cam. Was it simply a camera glitch, a trick of the light, or did the dash cam capture something we weren't meant to see, silently waiting in that tunnel? Either way, if I were the one driving, I don't think I'd ever take that route at night again. A homeowner woke up to what seemed like just another normal morning, but when they went into the kitchen for a cup of coffee, they were stunned to find every single cupboard standing wide open. Confused and shaken, they immediately checked their CCTV footage, and what they discovered was terrifying. The video shows the kitchen completely empty, yet suddenly, every cupboard door swings open at the same time, as if some invisible force ripped them wide. There's no one in sight, no strings, and no logical explanation. It looks exactly like the classic signs of a poltergeist. The homeowner was so disturbed by the event that they now avoid going into the kitchen altogether. And honestly, watching this footage, I have to admit, it looks pretty legitimate. There are no visible wires, no one hiding off camera, and pulling this off with editing or AI would be extremely difficult to make this smooth and instantaneous. So that leaves one terrifying possibility. This was genuinely paranormal. Most of us have had moments where something strange or paranormal happened, but we didn't have the proof to back it up. Well, that's not the case for this homeowner, who managed to capture everything on his phone cameras. For weeks, he claimed to have experienced multiple paranormal disturbances in his house, though no one believed him. But one night, after hearing loud knocks, he finally caught undeniable footage.
Hello? No, I don't think so. No.
The knocks, the lights flickering, and most unsettling of all, the rocking horse slowly moving on its own. Together, it paints the picture of a heavy, ominous presence lingering in the home. Sure, some might argue this could be staged, but there are no visible strings, no signs of trickery, and the genuine shock in the homeowner's voice makes it feel all too real. His fear seems just as raw and unsettling as what we're watching. If you ask me, this spirit clearly doesn't want him there. My advice, put the house up for sale, because whatever is haunting that place, it doesn't seem welcoming at all. This video was originally uploaded to Reddit before spreading across multiple platforms. and it shows some truly bizarre footage from a backyard security camera. As the camera rolls, it captures what looks like a strange mist rising from the roof and then drifting back inside the house. At first, it might seem like ordinary smoke or steam from a vent or chimney, but here's where things get unsettling. According to the homeowner, there are no dryer vents, oil ducts, or chimneys in that area. On top of that, the garden is fully enclosed by a fence, leaving no explanation for outside smoke drifting in. Yet, the mist is clearly there, lingering in a way that feels unnatural and eerie. The uploader is convinced it was a ghostly manifestation, and while we can't say for certain, without further evidence, one thing is clear. Seeing smoke appear out of nowhere like this definitely sets off the paranormal alarm bells. When most of us think of hospitals, we imagine a place where people go to heal and feel better. But sometimes, hospitals can be the setting for something far more unsettling. This particular video comes from a ward's CCTV footage showing a patient in serious condition. At first, everything seems normal until the camera captures something truly unexplainable. The footage reveals a bright, glowing arm-like figure reaching toward the woman. Its fingers, especially the thumb, are clearly visible, almost as if whoever it belongs to is comforting or communicating with her. Even stranger, the woman seems calm, even focused on the mysterious presence, as though she recognizes it, or isn't afraid of it at all. So the question remains, who or what was it? An angel offering comfort, a darker presence disguised in light, or perhaps something far stranger that defies our understanding entirely. A French woman purchased an old home, but soon after moving in, strange things began to happen. To prove it to her family, she decided to start recording one day when she heard noises inside the house, and what she captured was chilling. From the bathroom disturbances to the lights flickering and even the doors slamming shut, the activity inside this home feels less like random paranormal events and more like a warning, almost as if something or someone doesn't want her there. And honestly, this is exactly why I tell people to be careful when buying old properties. They often carry history we know nothing about, and if the spirits tied to them don't like you, they'll make sure you know it. Sometimes they don't just try to scare you, they try to drive you out. Some people still believe we're living inside a simulation, and every now and then, strange glitches show up to prove it, just like the one captured on this street, CCTV. The footage shows a man casually walking down the sidewalk until something completely bizarre happens. Now, if you think this was just a simple camera glitch, here's where it gets even weirder. The exact same moment was captured from a second camera at a completely different angle. The man doesn't just walk out of frame. He seems to vanish into thin air, almost blending perfectly with the wall behind him. Sure, some might argue it's just a lighting issue, with shadows hiding his body from the lens. But when two separate cameras capture the exact same disappearance, it's a lot harder to dismiss. So what do you think? Was this just a camera malfunction or a real-life glitch in the Matrix? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This man was working late in his office, but what happened next would leave him questioning that decision for the rest of his life. The footage, captured by the building's CCTV, shows him sitting at his desk, focused on his computer, when suddenly, something strange interrupts the silence. But that wasn't the end of it. Just as he's trying to process what happened, the same camera records something even more terrifying. The employee later claimed he was completely alone in the office that night, so who, or what, was responsible for these events? Some skeptics say it could have been the wind, but here's the catch. The windows were shut tight, and even if there had been a draft, there's no way it could have knocked over a heavy LCD monitor with that much force. And if that wasn't unsettling enough, what about that figure peeking? Whether it was a restless spirit or something far darker, one thing's for certain. I wouldn't step foot in that office after dark. This apartment owner from the Catalina foothills in Arizona stepped out onto her terrace for a quiet night of stargazing. But instead, she witnessed something absolutely mind-bending.
Crap, it's like a light show. It's all over the place. This is crazy. This is crazy.
What unfolded above her looked less like a calm night sky and more like a full-on science fiction battle straight out of Star Wars. The stars didn't just twinkle, they moved. Dozens of lights shifted, darted, and circled in a way that no natural phenomenon should. Viewers have been split on what this could be. Some skeptics argue it was nothing more than birds catching the reflection of city lights, while others claim it might have been a coordinated swarm of drones. But then come the believers, those convinced this was undeniably extraterrestrial. And honestly, it's hard not to see why. The movements were far too smooth, too synchronized, and far beyond the capability of any plane or drone we know of. It felt almost intentional, like something out there wanted to put on a show, reminding us of just how small and powerless we really are beneath the stars. A strange photo was recently shared on Reddit, an image originally taken back in 1999. At first glance, it looks like a perfectly normal snapshot of a child playing in a New Jersey park. But once you hear the story behind it, you'll never look at it the same way again. The picture was taken by a mother who simply wanted to capture a happy memory of her child, but when she developed the photo, she realized she had captured something else, something she couldn't explain. In the background, you can clearly see a young girl. Her body looks completely normal, but her face doesn't. It's distorted in a way that looks unnatural, almost ghostly, as if it doesn't belong to a human at all. What's even more chilling is that the mother swore there was no one else there at the time she took the picture. So who or what was standing behind her child? Now, some argue it could just be another kid playing in the park, with the distortion being nothing more than a glitch from the camera. After all, this was 1999. cameras back then weren't exactly high definition. Others think it may have been an old photograph later enhanced or redeveloped, which could have caused the strange facial distortion. But here's where things get even weirder. Everything else in the photo is perfectly clear. You can even see the World Trade Center buildings standing tall in the background, completely undistorted. The only thing warped is the girl's face, which raises the unsettling question: was this really just a camera error? Or on that day, was the mother and her child truly not alone? This guy was just relaxing when a glance at his backyard door revealed something so nightmarish it still haunts the internet to this day.
What the f is that?
The video was uploaded by a homeowner who had one of the most horrifying experiences imaginable. In the footage, we see him recording his backyard glass door, and on the other side, a few eerie figures are staring inside, acting like zombies. These three girls are making disturbingly creepy faces and unsettling head movements. According to the homeowner, they broke into his backyard and started doing this. The most terrifying part is the way they just blankly stare into the house, as if they desperately want to get in, for reasons only God knows. There are two possible explanations for this video. Either it's fake, or these girls are mentally unstable, or, in a truly terrifying possibility, they could be skinwalkers trying to lure the homeowner into opening the door. Either way, it's creepy as hell. We've all heard the chilling rumors about the infamous Appalachian Mountains. This video might finally prove them true. This video comes from the Appalachian Mountains, where an old man and his dog were out for a night walk when they started hearing strange noises coming from the woods. These sounds were a mix of eerie humanoid screams and animalistic yells. It almost sounds like these noises came straight from hell or from some hellish creature, making it all the more unsettling. Some might argue that it could be a fox or a mountain lion, both known to produce eerie, human-like cries. But honestly, these sounds are far more unnatural than that. Whatever or whoever is making those sounds doesn't seem friendly at all, and I sincerely hope it stays in the Appalachian Mountains for the sake of our safety and sanity. This guy saw an owl outside his window every night, but when he snapped a night vision photo, what he saw nearly gave him a heart attack. This video was uploaded on Instagram by a homeowner who kept seeing an owl appear at his bedroom window every night. Curious, he decided to record it using night vision one evening. As the night vision camera started recording, the homeowner realized this thing wasn't an owl at all. It was an owl face mask. Behind it stood a full figure staring into his window. The moment it realized it was being recorded, it disappeared instantly. The most nightmarish part is that this figure had been stalking him for an entire week, and he never even knew it. He had assumed it was just a bird, which honestly would have been creepy enough on its own. Now, the real question is, what will he do? Nature is pretty weird, but I wasn't aware it could throw a curveball like this. Just take a look at this photo captured at Bristol Zoo. This photo, taken in October 2024 at Bristol Zoo, appears to show a deer with wings. Yes, this isn't AI generated. It's a real photograph of this bizarre-looking creature. It seems as though the deer is fluttering two little wings on its back, while the rest of its body looks completely normal. Now, let me summon my logical side. To me, this just looks like a camera glitch, or maybe a slow frame transition that managed to capture the deer's previous head position. Those so-called wings are most likely just its ears. Even though it's probably just a glitch, the thought of a deer with wings is pretty fascinating. This guy hears desperate screams for help coming from a public restroom, but when he goes in to check, he's shocked by what he finds.
Yo, what the?
This video went viral on the internet, showing a cameraman who had just returned from a fishing trip, capturing terrifying screams for help coming from a restroom. The cries sound so loud and desperate that the man decides to go in and check if someone needs help. However, to his shock, there was no one inside. He checked every single stall, but they were all empty, and as soon as he entered, the screams suddenly stopped.
What the? Bro. There's nobody in here.
This is truly bizarre because we can clearly hear the chilling cries for help, yet no one is there. Some people believe it was a sinister trap, an attempt to lure the man inside by something unknown. But the unsettling question remains: what were its intentions? Really eerie. If you believe sci-fi is just make-believe, brace yourself. This next video might shatter that illusion. At first glance, this video looks like CGI, but it was actually a real-life sighting that went viral across the internet and news channels on March 24, 2025. Locals in Europe were left baffled when they saw a strange blue spiral drifting across the sky, looking eerily like a mysterious portal to another realm. This phenomenon was covered by multiple news channels, and experts were quick to provide an explanation. According to the UK Met Office and an ABC News interview, the spiral was likely caused by a SpaceX rocket launch. As the rocket exhaust exited into the atmosphere, the warm, moist air condensed and froze, creating an icy surface that reflected sunlight, giving birth to this surreal spiral in the sky. It's truly fascinating how things we once only saw in movies are now appearing right before our eyes. What's next? Portals to another dimension or time travel? If you ever feel like something is watching you, trust me, it's not always just your mind playing tricks on you. It could be this instead. This guy was driving down a forest road when he stopped to check his tire, but while doing so, he got the unsettling feeling that something was watching him. In the video he recorded, we can see two glowing eyes staring at him from the bushes. The eyes are eerily fixated on him, almost as if they're waiting for the perfect moment to make a move. At first, it seems like some kind of animal, but judging by the height of the eyes and the intense way it's staring, this doesn't seem natural for any creature we know. Whatever it is, the way it's watching the cameraman definitely doesn't seem friendly, that's for sure. This woman posted a concerning video online, and now the internet is screaming for answers.
What? Can you keep driving?
It looks like an alien.
According to the uploader, this video was taken in Thermal, California on Saturday, June 11th, 2025. It shows what appears to be a strange, alien-like creature flying in the sky. The mother and daughter who recorded the footage were shocked when they spotted this massive squid-like figure floating above them with its tentacles wriggling in the air. Even from a distance, it looks monstrous, almost as if it's swimming through the sky like it would in the ocean.
What? Can you keep driving?
It looks like an alien.
Many viewers believe it's just a drone, but trust me, a drone can't fly with that much going on. If you ask me, I'd say it's one of those giant octopus kites controlled from the ground. These kites have lightweight paper-like tentacles that wiggle effortlessly in the wind, while the central body provides structure. That being said, even if it is just a kite, if I saw something like that floating over my house, I wouldn't be stepping outside for the next 2 months.
That is the weirdest thing.
Keep driving.
Is it a drone?
A video featuring a translucent sea creature caught by a fisherman, and this has been making waves on the internet. The clip was posted on Twitter and shows an individual holding a small fish-like marine creature that is entirely see-through. This remarkable creature's legs, head, and other body parts are transparent, allowing light to pass through them. Many people who have watched this video speculate that this creature might be some kind of alien being. However, I believe it's more likely that we simply haven't explored oceans yet, and there could be many unknown creatures living in those uncharted depths. Nevertheless, this unique glass-like creature is undeniably fascinating and beautiful. I'd be delighted to have one as a pet myself. Some people, myself included, have a belief that our reality might be a simulated one, and some unexplained phenomena could be considered as glitches in this simulation. This video, filmed from a plane, presents a beautiful view of a bridge and water. However, there's something quite strange about the plane in the scene. Although it's in the air, it appears to be perfectly still, not moving at all. This stationary plane is highly unusual, amidst a backdrop of normal activity. The video is indeed confusing, and it might give the impression of being computer-generated imagery, especially because of the presence of the surrounding background. It's not clear why the plane seems stuck in place. If you have any insights or a logical explanation for this, please share it in the comments below. Recorded in October 1994, this clip might be too old for some, but that does not mean the creature it had captured was any less terrifying. If we consider the fact that it was recorded back then, which means there is a lesser chance that it was edited or altered in any other way. The clip showed a giant figure walking alone in the middle of the mountains. The person recording it or the camera recording it must be at a significant distance, as we can't clearly see what the figure looked like, except for its dark skin, huge height, and human-like walk. Where exactly was the figure going? Or what exactly was it? These are some of the questions that everyone had in mind when they first saw the clip, but there was no one to answer. Even the experts found themselves perplexed over this one. For me, and truth be told, this looks like it was very real, but it could be just a human walking around as well. Most of the sightings of Bigfoot are either very deep inside the woods or in areas where it is pretty much impossible for most humans to go. But this clip features a creature which was so curious to see the humans that it wandered around the highway, stalking and following humans it spotted nearby. This family got freaked out when they saw the dark figure lurking nearby and decided to record it on the camera. But since the video did not give a clear view of the creature, I cannot say for sure if it was really a Sasquatch or just a man with a hoodie on stalking these people. Either case is just as scary. Driving along with friends at nighttime could be good for some people until they come across something or someone they had never imagined. As they were driving and recording the surroundings with a flashlight on, they saw something in the distance. Deciding to slow down and actually wait for the thing to come near or something was not a wise decision, if you ask me, because as they zoomed into it, the figure in the distance became a little clearer. It was an eerie figure with whitish skin that ran straight towards the men, freaking all of them out. When they later uploaded the clip on YouTube, everyone was quick to say that it must be the Skinwalker, because even if we think of it being a human with a suit on, a human would not look like that. For me, it was definitely a weird cryptid or something because of the way it had no eyes, mouth, or anything. And the way it was running, I think there is a very low chance that it could be a human.
A YouTuber from the channel Outsider Tank decided to spend a day in nature. While he was looking for the perfect spot to set up his camp, he felt like someone was watching him.
What the What is that?
People on the internet went crazy. Some said it was just a cat or maybe a possum, but honestly, all I see is a face. It looks like an older woman, only her skin is too pale, almost gray. That doesn't look like a normal person. Could it be a witch? Or maybe the ghost of a woman who once lived there and never left? Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. It's not a cat, and this man is lucky he got out of there alive. A couple of hikers recently shared a photo online, claiming they had seen the legendary Bigfoot. At the time the photo was taken, the two hikers had gone deep into the forest, far off the main trail. That might explain why no one had taken a picture of Bigfoot in that area before. Most people don't wander that far into the wild. The hikers also said they heard loud noises right before they saw the creature. They couldn't explain what the sounds were. Creepy, right? But they're not the only ones who say they have proof. The Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization visited Deadwood, an old ghost town known for ghost stories and Bigfoot sightings. While filming near an abandoned house filled with bats, they noticed something strange moving in the trees. The photo was taken right when one of the team members said he saw a humanoid figure, something with arms and legs, moving among the trees. Some people think it's a ghost, or maybe just a small animal, but the team believes this is real proof of Bigfoot. Are they right? That's for you to decide. While backpacking, these tourists spotted something lying still in the lake. At first, it looked like just another dead animal, but when they got closer, they realized this was no ordinary creature. They thought it was a bear at first, but the more they looked, the more that didn't make sense. The body was longer, the snout was different, and the legs looked more like a wolf's, only way bigger, way too big to be just a normal wolf. When they posted the picture online, people went wild. Some said it had to be a mutated animal. Others swore it was a werewolf, and honestly, I don't blame them. I've never seen a wolf that size either. What do you think? Just a weird animal or something else entirely? The man who posted this picture online said his dad captured something creepy while hiking at night during hunting season. There are two figures in the photo. Most people think the one on the left is just a deer standing on its hind legs. They say it was probably moving too much, so the camera didn't catch a clear shot of its upper body. But what really bothers people is the second figure, the one in the right corner. To me, it just looks like a person in a puffy jacket with their hands in their pockets. But something feels off. The figure looks too short to be human. What do you think? Does anyone have an answer for what this image really shows? The Eisenhower Bridge in Gettysburg is a well-known spot for people who look for paranormal activity. One cold night, a woman went there with her father and husband to check it out and take some photos as a joke. This is what they caught. There was a figure in the photo, someone who wasn't with them. They said it couldn't be caused by light, shadows, or a reflection, but that wasn't even the scariest part. Right after the picture was taken, they heard loud footsteps and rustling in the woods near the bridge, even though no one else was there. All they know is that the Eisenhower Bridge has a long history tied to the Civil War and is often linked to ghosts and strange events. Maybe that's the reason behind what they saw in that photo. When a man heard a child crying in the forest, he went to check it out. He thought he would find a lost and scared child, but what he found was much stranger.
The hell was that? What?
There was a dark figure in the tree, something he had never seen before. But unfortunately, that wasn't the only weird thing he saw that day in the woods. The man says he has no other explanation. To him, it looked like some kind of dark spirit or demon. But people online have different ideas. Some say it could be the Mothman. Others think it might be a giant spider. Whatever it was, one thing is clear. This man might think twice before going that deep into the forest alone again. Another man also saw a strange black creature watching him from behind the bushes while he was hiking through the forest. But the creature moved quickly, almost like it knew the man had seen it. The man didn't want to miss his chance, so he ran behind the tree to get a better look. But what he saw next only made things more confusing. There was nothing there. Just seconds ago, something had been standing there, staring at him, and now it was gone. He tried to tell himself he imagined it, but when he watched the video again, it was clear. Something had been there. To this day, he still doesn't know what he saw, but it feels like whatever it was didn't want him there, and maybe even wanted to hurt him. Michigan is one of the most haunted states in the USA. It ranks 4th in the number of reported ghost sightings. In some places, there is a lot of paranormal activity, but what no one expected to see in Michigan was Bigfoot. The photo clearly shows a furry creature moving between the trees. When you compare it to the tree next to it, you can see it's big. That's why people don't think it's just someone wearing a costume. And if you don't believe in Bigfoot, maybe it's just because you haven't seen it yourself. Michigan has over 20 million acres of forest. That makes it the perfect place for a creature like Bigfoot to stay hidden. People in small towns often talk about seeing hairy giants or forest men. Some report hearing strange sounds or finding large footprints. Others even say Bigfoot leaves gifts like fruit and rocks, and expects something in return. They call it bartering with Bigfoot. With all that in mind, I think this picture might be the best proof yet that Bigfoot could really be out there. A man was driving on State Route 2 when he saw a strange creature jumping from tree to tree. He stopped his car and took a picture of it. What makes this even more interesting is that he didn't know about the legend of the Mothman. He had just moved to Point Pleasant and had never heard the story before. It all began on November 15th, 1966, when two couples said they saw a large creature with wings and red eyes near the old power station in Point Pleasant. In the weeks that followed, many people reported seeing the same thing. They also heard strange sounds, saw large winged creatures, and witnessed other strange events. Then, on December 15th, 1967, exactly 1 year later, the Silver Bridge collapsed. It was the main bridge between Point Pleasant and Ohio. 46 people died. Many believe that the Mothman was a warning sign of the disaster and that it appears before big tragedies happen. If I were in this man's place, I'd stay away from risky roads for the next year, just in case. A mother took a photo of a forest path she had cleaned and arranged herself. She wanted to show it to her son, but later, she noticed a mysterious figure in the background. She zoomed in and circled it. Her son, who shared the photo, says he knows the forest very well. He says it's not a tree, a stump, or anything else that should be there. The area has been checked before, and nothing like that was there. They even tried to recreate the photo with a real person, but the figure in the picture looks too gray and pale. No one in their family was outside at the time, and the mother says she was completely alone when she took the picture. Some people believe it could be a woodland spirit, being said to guard forests and only show themselves to those who deserve it. Maybe the mother saw it because she cared for the path. To me, it kind of looks like a statue or something out of place, maybe even an edited photo, but I'm not sure. What do you think? Two friends decided to go for a walk along the shore in Thailand. They had small backpacks and a camera, just planning to enjoy a nice walk. But it didn't take long before they saw an animal they had never seen before. Some of you might say it's just a fish we don't know. And I'd agree, fish do have tails, but I've never seen a fish with limbs that look like hands with claws. Many people think this could be a ninjin, a strange creature that is said to live in the icy waters of Antarctica, but no one can explain how it would end up in Thailand. If you ask me, this is probably just a sea creature we haven't discovered yet. Let's be honest, we only know a small part of what lives in the ocean.
This video was recorded by a hiker exploring the lowland tropical forests of Africa, and he had a surprising encounter with a skunk ape. In the video, the hiker's camera is focused on something in the distance. At first, it appears to be an ape displaying signs of anger or frustration, vigorously tearing into a tree in front of it. The hiker remains calm and continues to film this powerful creature. The ape is completely engrossed in dismantling the tree with its bare hands. Throughout the video, this creature appears to be a muscular ape, but towards the end, when it stands up, its immense size and human-like posture become evident. Observing this humanoid stance, the hiker wisely decides to make a hasty retreat, realizing that what he was recording was not an ape or gorilla, but indeed the formidable skunk ape. I'm relieved that the hiker made a quick exit,
because I can only imagine the consequences if the skunk ape had noticed him observing from a distance. After watching this next video, you'll never look at funerals the same way again. This video comes from a Chinese funeral where we see a piece of fabric sticking out of the coffin door. As a child tries to pull it, it suddenly gets yanked back inside. At first, it doesn't seem too scary until you realize who in the world pulled it in. The attendees didn't even notice what happened, but the camera captured it all. It's undeniably eerie, but also deeply concerning, because if someone did pull the fabric inside, does that mean they're still alive and trying to signal for help? Let me ask you this. Would you be brave enough to open the coffin and check? In today's time, if you still don't believe in the existence of extraterrestrials, this video might just be enough to make you reconsider.
Con el mío sí se alcanza a ver bien, güey. Ahorita se los paso. Sí, güey.
This video was uploaded to YouTube by a dedicated UFO sighting channel, and in it, we see a group of workers pointing their phone cameras at the sky, trying to capture something unusual. When the cameraman zooms in, we finally see the source of their shock, a small, round object floating in the sky. The object has tiny spikes on its body and appears to be hovering with no visible wings, strings, or any means of propulsion.
Con el mío sí se alcanza a ver bien, güey. Ahorita se los paso. Sí, güey.
Some believe it's a UFO, while skeptics suggest it might be a new government drone being tested. Either way, it's eerie to see something in our sky that doesn't look like it belongs there. Dolls, especially the old ones. And this video perfectly illustrates why. The footage is from an unknown person who seems to be inside a dimly lit house. There is also an eerie laughter echoing in the background. And there is a mysterious figure standing in the distance. The cameraman, feeling a bit uneasy, bravely decides to investigate the source of the laughter and cautiously approaches the figure. As he gets closer, it turns out that the mysterious figure was just a doll. However, the laughter persists, and upon closer inspection, two hands become visible behind the doll. Startled, the cameraman quickly checks behind the doll, only to find no one there. Ready to leave, he notices something even more chilling. The doll's pupils move on their own. Frightened, the cameraman makes a swift escape. This video is pretty chilling, and it is reinforcing my fear of dolls being potential hosts for spirits and ghosts. This video has some viewers on edge. It features two friends who were home alone when they heard an unsettling hissing sound coming from their kitchen window. Curious and a little spooked, they peeked through the window and got a real shock.
Oh! Your window. He's coming in the house.
They saw a strange creature, seemingly a mix of dog and human features, peering back at them. One of the friends, understandably terrified, screamed and ran. The video ends abruptly after that. Upon slowing down and pausing the footage, some viewers claim the creature resembles the legendary Michigan Dogman. This creature is said to be a tall, bipedal creature with dog-like features and glowing eyes. Whether it was the Michigan Dogman or something else entirely, the video certainly captures a scary and bizarre encounter. It's important to remember that such encounters are extremely rare and often lack concrete evidence. It's also important to be cautious when encountering unfamiliar situations. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, the safest course of action is to leave the area immediately and seek help from the authorities.
This next video throws you straight into a real-life nightmare, being hunted by nature's most relentless predator. This footage comes from Russia and captures a truly terrifying scene. A group of people is seen sprinting down a hill, panicked and desperate. But then, we see the horrifying reason for their fear. A massive black bear charging after them at full speed. While most of the group manages to outrun the bear, one unlucky guy stumbles, not once, but twice, giving the beast a chance to catch up. Just when it looks like things are about to take a gruesome turn, something unexpected happens. The high-pitched screams of the girl filming seem to startle the bear, causing it to hesitate and ultimately back off, sparing the man's life. That was way too close. If it weren't for the camerawoman's screams, this video might have ended up in a much darker corner of the internet. Some say giant monsters vanished with time, but what if I told you they still roam among us? This chilling footage comes from TikTok and captures a truly unsettling sight. Two fishermen stumbling across an abandoned snakeskin. Now, snakeskins aren't exactly rare, but this one, it's massive. Both in length and girth, it's on a whole different level. You can see it stretching nearly half the length of a soccer field. Chances are, this skin belonged to a reticulated python, one of the largest snake species on the planet. These giants, found mostly in Southeast Asia, can grow up to a staggering 30 feet long. And while they tend to avoid humans, just knowing that creatures like this are out there, silently slithering through the wild, is enough to send chills down your spine. This next video will make your skin crawl as it shows two girls, completely unaware that a massive beast is lurking just inches away. This footage comes from the streets of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where two girls are casually hanging out, completely oblivious to the danger creeping up behind them. The cameraman, however, spots it, a massive black bear silently approaching. Despite people trying to warn the girls, they remain unaware until the bear is right behind them.
There's a bear right behind you guys.
Oh my god.
Literally? Actually? Like right next to you?
Just don't.
The tension peaks when the bear gets right up to one of the girls, mere inches from her face. It's only then that she finally notices, but instead of panicking and running, an instinct that could have been disastrous, she wisely stays calm. The video ends, but I found out that after it, the bear simply turns and walks away, leaving them unharmed. This is exactly why I always remind people to stay aware of their surroundings. You never know when the Black Death is breathing right down your neck. Before watching this next video, I knew nature could be weird, but this level of weird is unbelievable. This footage comes from Jefferson Township, New Jersey, where a homeowner, out for his morning jog, spotted something so bizarre that he immediately started recording. In the video,
a dark figure can be seen in the distance, standing upright with a humanoid posture. But as we focus in, we get a shocking realization. It's not a person at all, but a bear casually strolling on its hind legs. And it's not just taking a few steps. This bear is fully committed, walking upright the entire way before disappearing into the forest, still on two legs. It's almost as if it's mimicking a human and just decided to stick with it. Bears, especially black bears, can sometimes walk on their hind legs for short distances, for better vision, due to an injury, or simply for comfort. But a 1.5-minute long stroll into the forest? That's not just unusual, that's downright creepy. Nature can seem calm and peaceful, but hidden within it are horrors that, when they emerge, can freeze the blood in our veins.
What the hell is that? Gotcha.
This video, uploaded on TikTok, shows a cameraman spotting what appears to be a cryptid, with glowing eyes staring back at him. This creature was spotted in the jungle in the middle of the night, repeatedly peeking from behind a tree while locking its gaze onto the camera. It also has humanoid hands and a massive jaw filled with predator-like sharp teeth.
What the hell is that? What the... Hello?
There's pure malice in its expression, a sinister presence that radiates dread. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanishes behind the tree. As the cameraman tries to locate it, the creature is nowhere to be found. But, just when he thinks it's all over, to his horror, the creature suddenly peeks from behind the very tree he was standing next to. The video ends there, leaving us with more questions than answers.
What the hell, Gotcha.
To me, this thing looks like some kind of werewolf, but those glowing red eyes and the way it stares into the camera, that's pure nightmare fuel. I'm officially adding this to my 99 reasons why you should never step into the woods at night. This guy kept hearing strange rustling sounds coming from his backyard tree, but what he found lurking in it is something out of a horror movie.
I know he's right there.
This chilling video is terrifying the internet. It comes from a homeowner who had been hearing eerie noises from his backyard tree night after night. Curious and uneasy, he grabbed his phone to investigate. But as he pointed the camera up, he was met with a horrifying sight: a pale woman with glowing eyes perched among the branches, staring down at him.
I know he's right there.
At first glance, it looks like a person, but many online believe it's something far more sinister. People are calling it a Skinwalker, a creature from folklore said to take the form of a human or animal to lure its prey. And, if that's the case here, it might have already succeeded in drawing the homeowner outside. This footage comes from a homeowner who had been hearing eerie sounds from the forest for over a week. Even their neighbor confirmed hearing the same noises, along with strange lights flickering deep within the trees. Determined to find out what was going on, they grabbed their camera and set out to investigate deep within the trees. Determined to find out what was going on, they grabbed their camera and set out to investigate. As they searched, they stumbled upon something unsettling, a creepy doll hanging from a tree. At first, they laughed it off, joking about how bizarre it was, but the mood shifted when they suddenly heard movement in the distance. Uneasy, they took off running. After calming down, they decided to continue their search, only for a twig to snap nearby. And then, glowing eyes appeared just inches away from them.
What the fuck? Yeah, just leave that alone. It's probably some homeless dude. Yours is like the sun compared to mine. It's fucking dark in here too, man. Balls. Whoa.
What the fuck? There's something back here.
Hey! What the Whoa, fuck! Oh shit, what was that? Oh fuck! Oh. Whoa. Dude, that fucking scared me. Whoa! Holy shit! What the fuck? Oh my god!
Panicked, they bolted. But when they turned back, those glowing eyes were following them. Terrified, they ran even faster, only to be stopped in their tracks by a random fire burning on a fallen tree. And right behind them, those same glowing eyes, still watching. Before they could react, their camera suddenly cut out and they ran for their lives. But later, when they reviewed the accidental footage, they were horrified to see those glowing eyes running right beside them.
Oh god! Oh fuck! Oh my god! Oh wait, what is that? The fuck is that somebody? Oh my god, is that a person? No. Oh my god, go, just run! Oh my god! Oh god! Man, what the fuck's that smell? This is about... I don't know. Oh god! The fuck? Holy fuck! Oh my god! Oh fuck! Oh, it's the edge right here. We're out.
Determined to uncover the truth, they returned to the woods and managed to capture the creature lurking again, its glowing eyes cutting through the darkness.
Oh my god, that's it. I think so. Get right on it. Holy shit, it's across the creek.
After sharing their experience, viewers started sending them more clips. One of the most chilling ones came from a jogger in the same area. He discovered a burning triangle on the ground, claiming the red liquid around it was animal blood. And if you look closely in the background, you can spot something lurking. Other viewers also sent in footage, but there's no solid proof that those were from the same forest. This is definitely one hell of a mysterious creature lurking in those woods. To me, it seems like a nocturnal predator hunting in the dead of night, and these homeowners just happen to be in its way. Really creepy stuff, and honestly, I hope this thing stays hidden. I don't want to know what it actually is. This guy was casually recording the vast property of his grandparents' farmhouse when something terrifying happened. The video comes from a man exploring his grandparents' farmhouse property. He was enjoying the peaceful, open landscape, casually filming, until he noticed something strange. As he panned the camera, he spotted a man in formal attire peeking from behind a tree. At first, it just seemed like some random stalker, until the cameraman zoomed in, and that's when the horror really kicked in. This guy had no face. The realization hit hard, and without wasting a second, the man bolted out of there. The video abruptly ended. Viewers who saw the footage were quick to call it Slender Man, and honestly, it does look a lot like him. But for me, the creepiest part isn't just what he saw. It's the fact that this man was completely alone. If that thing had decided to chase him, I don't even want to imagine what would have happened next. A group of villagers went to check out a strange commotion in their fields, only to discover a terrifying witch. This video, uploaded as a YouTube short, comes from Indonesia. In it, we see a woman on all fours, but everything about her is unsettling. Her twisted, contorted expression, the way she crawls. It looks like something straight out of a horror movie. Her entire body is covered in mud, and no matter how much the villagers call out to her, she doesn't respond. Instead, she just slowly creeps toward them, like death itself. People online are calling her a witch. However, it could also just be an elderly woman in distress. However, judging by the fear in the villagers' voices, I feel like there's more to this than meets the eye. This chilling video hails from Tucson, Arizona, and it paints a picture straight out of an apocalyptic nightmare. The footage, captured by a rooftop security camera, unveils a night sky scene that quickly turns unsettling. Out of nowhere, a fireball-like orb materializes in the sky. As it journeys through the night, it grows larger and larger until it eventually disintegrates, releasing a substantial burst of light. The orb resembles a meteoroid descending from space, creating an eerie and frightening spectacle. Adding to the mystery, this fireball emits an eerie green glow, making it even more ominous. The speculations about its origin are plentiful. Some believe it's a meteoroid that broke apart in the atmosphere, while others entertain the idea of it being an alien entity or a spaceship targeted by the military. Regardless of its nature, the incident struck fear, especially for those, like me, who are spooked by these mysterious, doomsday-like occurrences. Imagine being on a family camping trip, aiming to make it unforgettable, and then you stumble upon something straight out of a mystery novel. Bigfoot. That's precisely what happened to this family. In the video, recorded by a father attempting to capture his daughter's adorable moments, something unexpected steals the show. As the camera pans over a field with distant woods, a strange figure is spotted crossing the field. It looks humanish, but weird at the same time. The being has a hunched posture, and from a distance, it appears to be covered in black fur. While I can't say for sure if this is the legendary Bigfoot, it certainly doesn't look like your average human. What's concerning is that there were children enjoying themselves quite close to this unknown creature. Talk about turning a camping trip into an unforgettable adventure. If you're a fan of open-air night gossip sessions with friends, here's a cautionary tale for you. This video hails from California and was captured by a night camera. In the footage, two friends are casually enjoying their night, deep in gossip, when something catches their attention in the background. A bizarre creature with long, thin legs, a hunched back, and an eerie humanoid posture
is just strolling by. The friends notice it and, scared out of their wits, bolt from the scene. The sight is truly terrifying, reminiscent of something straight out of a horror movie. To me, it resembles the descriptions of a rake known to roam around at night. Whatever this creature is, I bet those friends will think twice about gossiping in the dark again. This video, dated 2020, was shared on Reddit by a user who claimed to have captured a spirit on their home security camera. The footage shows a peaceful backyard scene with a fence, but then something peculiar occurs. A spooky, smoky figure seemingly materializes out of thin air near the fence, taking on a humanoid appearance as it walks. Some viewers suggested it might be a camera glitch or error, while others proposed the possibility of smoke from a nearby campfire. However, the distinct movement of the smoke, resembling a person walking, raised doubts at a simple smoke explanation. Another notable point is the presence of a less dense smoke area. Beside the supposed figure, what are your thoughts? Just smoke from a fire? Or could it indeed be a spirit? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. On August 8, 2021, a guy named R.J. Coleman was spending a regular day on his ship when he spotted something creepy. All confused, he uploaded the video on his TikTok account, thinking someone might help him figure out what it was. This is what he recorded. There was an unusual creature in the water, which resembled what many would describe as a mermaid. Now, Coleman is someone who spends more time sailing than he spends on the ground as a fisherman, and when the night descends on the great grand ocean, Coleman experiences things a normal person cannot even think of. And it wasn't just one time that he recorded something out of the ordinary. About 4 years later, when he was sailing late at night, he heard something. He hurriedly got his phone out and went to record. What appeared to be the tail of a siren briefly emerged before disappearing into the water. For Coleman, it looked like a mermaid tail. However, not everyone believed him. For some, it was just water and light playing tricks. But for it to happen twice to the same person, there is a big chance that it was more than just light and water playing tricks. And his thoughts got proof when, on the 7th of March, 2024, Coleman uploaded another video. And this was the scariest of all.
I got another one over here.
It looked like some gigantic fish were swimming right beside Coleman's ship, but they did not look like a dolphin or a shark. And to make matters even creepier, this is what he recorded next.
This is crazy. I heard it. I heard it. I hear it.
Apart from the shrieks that were heard, there was much more to the whole situation, because when Coleman kept recording, whatever the creature was in the water tried to communicate with him, and what it said was terrifying. Even though it wasn't quite clear, it sounded like the creature was asking Coleman to jump into the water. Now, sirens are known for singing enchanting songs to sailors to lure them into jumping into the water, and this situation was making the whole myth seem real. And after this video, many could not help but believe what their eyes were seeing. This one, even though, as most of others is fake, is in fact scary. Looking over into the waves of dark abyss, hearing a voice telling you to jump for it, and right after is screech cut off by whatever made that noise going underwater.
In 2019, a Reddit user named sitarjams uploaded a picture in the subreddit r/ghosts. According to him, the picture was taken when he was trying to help his little kid with swimming in the ocean a little bit. The kid, who seemed at that time quite scared of the water. And after we zoom into the picture, it becomes quite clear what was causing the fear in the kid. Just behind the guy, there appears to be an arm holding some kind of scepter. For the father, he was wondering if some camera malfunction could cause this kind of thing. But Redditors believed it was much more than just a camera malfunction. It looked creepy. And then, the fact that the kid was looking directly towards the whole reflection in the water just makes it more terrifying. On May 8, 2013, a video was uploaded on YouTube that caught the attention of thousands of viewers. It was titled New Zealand Sea Monster, and it showcased a gigantic carcass lying on the seashore. This is how the monster looked. The carcass was discovered by a bunch of bikers who found it by chance, and then had everyone wondering if it was a prehistoric sea animal or one of the secrets of the ocean that it had successfully hidden until now. The carcass's jaw and teeth were intact, and they just showed that it was a big predator. For some, it was an orca, but for others, it looked much scarier than just a whale. What exactly was it? The question remains unknown still. In 2020, a user uploaded a video on Reddit with the description that his girlfriend took this video of their Lake Alpine trip last year. Surprisingly, they did not hear or notice anything weird throughout their trip, but it wasn't until they went home and were reviewing the clips that he noticed something off. This is what he heard.
Ducky.
Now, what was weird was that they did not hear anything in person, but only on the video, and according to the guy, there was literally no one present at the spot where they went. People, after watching the video, came up with their own theories, with some saying it could be someone screaming, and others saying it was just a car tire screeching. But no one could explain why the guy couldn't hear the sound when he was present at that place. Piranhas are known to be scary, and so is their fishing. And to perfectly portray what kind of an experience it is, a video was uploaded on Reddit. This is what the video showed. An old man is spotted throwing a loaf of meat into the water, and as soon as the meat touched the surface, it looked like the water started boiling or something. However, in actuality, it was just some piranhas who came to devour the whole thing. Piranhas have been a scare for many out there, but here's a fun fact. They are scavengers and only do their scary hunting thing when given something dead. As long as you are alive, you will be fine. Tourists in southwestern China got a bit of a fright when they thought they spotted a human face floating through a lake. Turns out, the spooky sight was actually a fish with some unique markings. The fish, which has been identified as a carp by USA Today, has its own normal fish eyes and mouth, but the dark markings on the fish's head make it look like it has a second set of more human-like features. This eerie optical illusion was caught on camera by one onlooker who spotted the fish. The footage has now gone viral, unnerving animal lovers all over the world. Grouper fish are known to be the monsters of the sea. They are large, they are huge, and they are dangerous. And no, you should not think that if one is caught and tied by a fisherman, it will be less dangerous. And for reference, you can just watch this clip where the grouper fish saw the opportunity and knew it had to just take it. Isn't it incredible?
I don't even know how to do that. Oh, look at its fins, first of all. This is like, oh my, that's bigger than a basketball. Look at this, my hand. Oh my God.
In 2023, a TikTok account uploaded a bizarre video that immediately caught attention. It showcased a bridge at night, on the edges of which 2 dolls were sitting. According to the user, it was a CCTV recording from a camera the man had set up towards the back of his house. Little did he know, things were getting quite scary. The thing that looked like a doll first splashed into the water and then started swimming, moving its head here and there. It's weird how something lifeless came to life as soon as it went into the water, but then things got weirder when the same thing happened to the second doll, sitting on the other edge of the bridge. The whole video had many confused. While some thought it was fake, others just couldn't help but think it was true. Some kind of black magic? A man was fishing on a fine day when he sensed there was someone nearby, and when he looked around, he found this thing. Even though the fish had him scared as hell, I did my research for you, and I am here with an explanation. The creepy-looking fish is actually called a sheep's head, and it is known for its human-like teeth, which are very difficult to hide. They aren't really as scary as they looked in the video, but well, they are still weird. TikTok user Shannon Dudley Jr., a commercial fisherman from Everglades City, Florida, shared a video of the strange sight that has bewildered viewers. The clip shows the top of a house floating in the Gulf of Mexico as a crew of men film from a boat close by. The roof is seen floating in the distance, bobbing along the surface of the water as the waves make it bounce up and down. As the video progresses, the camera zooms in to show it up close. The roof of the house appears to be intact, with even an attic window bobbing above the water. However, the video does not show the condition of the rest of the house or whether it is just the roof that was swept out to sea. The video we saw earlier showed how piranhas were leaping onto the dead meat, but in the water. However, this following video, uploaded by a user named Curious Wanderer 567 on Reddit, shows how fishermen go out into the ocean and hunt piranhas with their hands. Take a look. The man just holds a loaf of meat, puts it inside the water, and pulls it out. And this might be the scariest experience ever. This following video was going viral all over social media, and here's why. In the video, locals were seen carrying a fish, but if looked at carefully, it was no ordinary fish.
Cobra que pegaram aí. Grande o pirarucu, ó. Olha só o tamanho do bicho.
It was a giant fish found in the Amazon River. The fish was identified as an arapaima, a species usually found in deep waters. Amazed by their discovery, the locals decided to capture it and take it home. None of them had ever seen anything like it before, making this a moment they would never forget. A fisherman caught a sea inhabitant that seemed normal at first, but as he took a closer look, he noticed something unbelievable. Instead of one mouth, this one had two. It seemed impossible for any living creature, but there it was. Some thought it could be the result of a mutation, while others believed it might be some sort of miracle. Whatever the cause, it left everyone stunned, and the fisherman couldn't help but wonder how such an extraordinary creature came to be. A man uploaded a picture on Reddit claiming that he had captured something paranormal when he was chilling on the beach. Later, he uploaded a video too. This is what he recorded. At the very end of the video, a black figure is seen, which becomes clearer when viewed in the picture. It looked like a black figure in a cloak-like cloth floating around. But this isn't all, because behind the figure, there are two silhouettes that look like two children playing. According to the uploader, those were not there when he was recording. This video gained considerable attention on the internet in early 2019, capturing what many viewers deemed a strange creature in the mountains. The footage features a man recording the picturesque scenery of a lake surrounded by mountains. While panning the camera, a glimpse of a creature on the rocky mountain comes into view. Upon closer inspection, it becomes apparent that the creature was stalking the cameraman from a distance. Initially resembling a bear, a more detailed look reveals a head shape unlike that of a bear. Instead, it appears humanoid. The creature seems to have thick black fur covering its head. However, as soon as it senses being spotted by the camera, the creature swiftly runs off into the mountains, concluding the video. In my opinion, this creature bears a striking resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. What are your thoughts on it? Watching those slimy alien creatures in movies may give us the creeps, but it's a relief knowing they're not real. Or are they? This video, captured by a homeowner, reveals something unusual gliding in his backyard. This creature resembles a slime, and its entire body seems to move independently. As it slides, it leaves behind a wet trail, adding to the mystery. The unsettling part is its body, which looks like a composition of multiple creatures stacked on top of each other. A plausible explanation could be that it's a collective of some kind of worms moving together in a group. However, if that's not the case, there's a chance these creatures are not from our world, suggesting the possibility of alien life. If the previous creature didn't seem alien enough, we have another one straight from the grounds of Taiwan. In this video, recorded by a local, we come face to face with a weird stringy creature. At first glance, it may resemble entangled tapeworms, but a few seconds into the video reveals a different story. This creature is truly unusual, with a long main body that looks like a tapeworm or a similar type. What makes it particularly unsettling is the presence of string-like formations around it. Some viewers suggest it's a tapeworm entangled in black, string-like elements. But to me, it seems like those are just parts of this creature's body. Whatever this creature may be, I wouldn't want it near me in any circumstances, because you never know what they are capable of. As children, we fantasized about mermaids, believing they gracefully roamed our oceans like any other aquatic beings. However, with maturity, we learned they were merely mythical creatures. Yet, a recent discovery in California has sparked curiosity. A snake-like baby found and preserved for genetic study. This baby exhibits serious birth defects, featuring snake-like skin, tiny lizard-like skin, and most unsettlingly, an extended snake-like lower body. With an elongated six-fingered hand and a skull that's also elongated. The combination of these features gives the baby an appearance reminiscent of a mermaid. Remarkably, from head to tail, the baby measures a whopping 37 inches. It's fascinating to observe how certain aspects of this creature resemble humanoid features, while others evoke an unsettling aquatic essence. One hopes that the university or research center studying this creature delves into the depths of its mutations, paving way for understanding such anomalies. The company that introduced nanny cams as a lifesaver, aiming to help parents monitor their babies around the clock, sometimes ends up capturing scenes that, instead of providing a sense of relief, leave us feeling uneasy. In this video, we observe a baby room where a chair with some fluffy toys is placed in front of a nanny cam. After a few seconds, the monkey toy positioned in the middle starts lifting its head on its own. The toy engages in humanoid movements for a while before coming to a rest. After a couple of seconds, it starts moving again, repeating these actions at intervals. This proves to be quite an unsettling sight, especially for the parents whose baby room is being observed. After witnessing this clip, it might be a good idea to leave some spare toys for these unknown entities to play with instead of using the baby's toys. This video hails from Ireland and presents eerie footage of a cryptid captured at a girls' hostel. In the video, we witness the girls behind the camera genuinely frightened, searching the hallways for something ominous. As they turn on the hallway lights, there is initially nothing in sight. Undeterred, they venture upstairs into the darkness. Upon turning on the hallway light upstairs, something chilling appears at the end of the corridor. The encounter is undeniably unsettling, and by pausing the video at the precise frame where the creature is visible, it appears humanoid, but on all fours. This cryptid is looking directly at the girls, conveying an imminent threat. Given such situations, my advice for all of you would be to bring along some form of protection, such as a stick or pepper spray, during future investigations. You never know what you might encounter.
For more interesting footage, check this out.